I'll show you guys how to launch the Portal 2 VR mod. It's a little tricky. I had a little bit of a hard time figuring it out at first, so I figured I'll make a little bit of an instructional video here. All right, so what you have to do first is, after you download the VR mod, install it into your Portal directory, you have to come into the library of your games for Portal 2, go into the settings, go to the properties. All right. I keep the overlay on, use desktop theater mode, make sure that is off. Also in the general tab, down the bottom here, the launch options. This is what's the big important thing. In the download section of GitHub for the Portal 2, in the instructions, there's a launch option sequence that you have to copy and paste into this area. If you do not copy and paste that, the game will not launch into VR. All right. So make sure on the GitHub site, the instructions for the VR mod, make sure you copy and paste that right here into the launch options. All right. So once you do that, click play. You'll get this here. It does not support VR.
Game launch detected.
All right. We'll launch it in here, and I'll show you what else I encountered. Yes, every now and then when it loads, you see I don't have any sound. So what I noticed was if I went back to my desktop, minimized the Steam VR overlay here, see, now the sound. So in case you don't have sound and you don't have your Steam VR, minus down. I always shrink that down to the taskbar anyway. But sometimes you do have to come out and just click this screen. Just click it, and it'll automatically, the sound will come back on. All right, so here you go. You can see I'm using the Quest 2, by the way. So single player, we'll continue. And I'll show you here that it works fine.
I'm telling them, keep your pants on. All right, this next test may involve trace amounts of time. So, word of advice, if you meet yourself on the testing track, don't make eye contact.
2 anyway. The
Lab
blue
boys tell me that'll wipe
is
out
the
time.
trigger.
Entirely.
The orange
Forward and
is
backward.
the grip.
So, do both of yourselves a favor and just let that handsome devil go about his business.
I'm sure you guys would have figured that out, but I figured I'd tell you anyway. Trigger is the blue, the grip is the orange. I hope that helped you guys out. Some people are struggling to get this to run. It did take me a little bit to figure it out as well. It wasn't as cut and dry as I've been